right, y'all. It is another episode of OD Podcast, and this week
Is it on? Is it recording? Is it
recording? And we recorded with Daisha from the Wind Down Podcast. What's up, Daisha?
Hey guys.
Inserts clapping.
Okay. Last time I see you or we recorded, I was a one-woman show.
Yeah.
I don't even listen to them episodes from that time. I don't even want to. I was not even comfortable. Yeah, I can't even believe I was doing it by myself, but I was delivered. Thank God.
But you were still holding it down, so I applaud you for that.
Well, thank you. Yeah. Thank you.
I mean, she's definitely more skilled than I am at this because I still feel like I'm a newbie in a way because I feel like Alicia just really been like invested in the podcast community and I've been learning about it. I'm still learning some stuff, but yeah.
Well, one thing we can do,
I was there myself.
To be successful in any industry, you ain't really gotta know about it. You just gotta do it well. To be honest,
yeah, that is true. That's true. I agree, but I do be wanna like when I listen to certain podcasts, I'll be like, I don't know, I'll be lost sometimes. Like I be feeling like I can't. Maybe I'm just listening to the wrong one.
What you mean?
For me, as you know, one of you guys listeners, I will say you're on the right path. Trust me, because I've listened to some podcasts and I've just been like, let me cut this off because it's having a co-host and y'all energy matching and bouncing off of each other. It is very hard to find, and that's why a lot of people's podcasts do not do well. Yep. So I will say a little praise. I've been loving the episodes and the new friends. So you're doing the right thing. Trust me.
Thank you. Y'all do too. See y'all. One thing I like about y'all, everything y'all have is so cohesive. Like y'all consistent with the segments. We be like, let's start doing this. We be like, no, we're gonna start doing this. And one thing that's been
we
consistent.
Be taking stuff out.
Yeah, we be like, all right, no, we're gonna do it no more. Okay, cool. But y'all be consistent and y'all do a lot of stuff around the around the wine topic. I think that's really cool. Oh, whatever. But yes, so before we get into it, we're on our pop culture segment, Shop Talk. We got some news that you can't refuse. I got a complaint. The whole west side of Atlanta. Apparently, Oakland City had a street party last night, West End Mall. They was all at the drifting in U-Haul trucks, shooting fireworks. Listen, I'm gonna send you the video. They out there in West End Mall parking lot drifting in U-Haul trucks, the pickup kind, like the My thing is, first of all, I feel like people are so excited, quote unquote, like ban being lifted. So it's more people outside than would have been beforehand. And I don't think that's
traffic has definitely picked up.
Did y'all see all them people lined up outside of Greenbrier for them damn
days?
For some days. I said, what year is it? Is it not 2020?
And then you see the shooter that was. I'm like, they done came out like 6 times.
Some 5.
Y'all ain't got them shoes already.
No, seriously, I was like, because I even thought about getting them, but then I'm like, I literally have those in my closet.
I just can't even, I can't lie, y'all. I thought that line was because the mall was only letting a certain amount of people in at a time. I had no idea it was for some Jordans. And I heard they was doing
Jimmy Jazz, bitch. Of all places, Jimmy Jazz.
Oh my God.
I can't. It's crazy. What have you been social distancing? Have you been outside? What you been doing?
Honestly, truly, I've been social distancing as much as possible. The most I'll be going is the store.
Yeah. I've been ordering my groceries, honestly, but I'm about to stop because I'm a little
it costs too much.
I know them fees is eating your ass up.
They is. You're right. At first I was like, okay, $4, but it'd be like 4 times 4 times 4. I'm like, hold on. The tip plus the service fee plus the delivery fee.
That's why I can't do Uber Eats because the other morning I was just so in the zone cleaning up and I was like, let me get some DoorDash, and I was gonna get some chicken minis, some Chick-fil-A, because I'm like, okay, whatever, Chick-fil-A's cheap. I'll just get some chicken minis. Girl, it was like $16. I said for fast food. And
then you don't get your reward points when you use the delivery service.
Yeah, I was just like, nah. So I just end up eating some in the kitchen.
I stopped using like DoorDash and Uber Eats and all that like last year because them fees was too much, and I was like, I might as well drive and go get this shit myself.
No, for real, and it don't be having a promo price. I'm telling y'all. See, I stopped after I read an article about drivers eating your food, and I'm like, hold on. The thing is, I never know if you was in my food unless the bag.
They really be reaching over and eating your fries.
I saw a video on Instagram for somebody doing that. Somebody on Instagram had caught the Uber driver eating the fries.
The Popeyes, right? When they was outside in the car, it was a couple.
Yeah.
She was like, excuse me, you said delivered. The girl was like, ma'am, I'm not going to argue with you. Yeah, because you eat my food.
Because you eat my food, girl. But no, I've been having to work, so I definitely have to leave every day. The stuff is starting to open back up. Then my clients have to do like video chats and freaking photo shoots over Zoom and shit, which is cool because I'm like, how do y'all like hire a whole photographer from a whole nother state to do a shoot through FaceTime on?
I saw that.
So yeah, it's crazy.
That's actually happening?
Yeah.
Wow.
So they have to set up like I had to help her do it. She had to like put a sheet up and use chairs. She had to sit on the floor in front of the sunlight. We had to do it at a certain time. Like it was crazy.
That's kind of fire.
So I've been like doing a lot of that. And then my clients been having like interviews and music videos that they shooting from home. So give me some
I didn't know they were doing music videos.
I mean, hey, you still out here in your bag, so I
yeah. It's tough. I mean, I really don't want to, but realistically, like I work for myself, so it's no way that, you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna be able to turn down. And then in the industry that I'm in, like if I turn away so much work, they're gonna stop using me. Then I'm gonna have to just find another, you know.
And then this ain't paying the bills, so what you gonna do?
You know what I'm saying? I just have to be on it. Like I can't really afford to be like, oh yeah, I can't do this, I can't do this, I can't do this, because they'll be like, oh, okay, well,
somebody will.
Somebody else will.
Yeah, exactly. So, what you had next to your shop talk, Draco?
So the first one that I had for today was Clarence, who is Queen Nija's boyfriend. I don't know if he does anything else, but that's how I know him.
Yeah.
Sorry.
He don't do nothing else.
He don't.
YouTube.
That's
He's a YouTube star.
All his YouTube videos gotta have her name in it for it to pop. So
exactly. So he was getting bashed online because he said something to the extent of his son having a big
dick.
Dick, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, he was like, my son like, packing, I'm proud of him.
My son is packing and I'm proud. So everybody was online just basically calling him a pedophile and all this other stuff because they felt like he was looking at his son in a sexual way.
So
I wanted to bring that up to see how y'all felt about it.
So this is the thing. It is he shouldn't have tweeted that. I can honestly see a man being like, okay, son, you know what I'm saying? Take after your daddy. Like if my daughter, when she get grown, I'm like, my girl bad. You know what I'm saying? I can see that happen because it's like your genetics. If a man is like proud of what he got, he want his son to have it. But I do think when you put things out on Twitter, it's like you want the world to, you know, it's kind of weird when you involve the public. He shouldn't have tweeted it. That's really what it comes down to. I don't think he's a pedophile. And I've heard, I don't really think there's anything wrong with him saying that. Cancel me.
Yeah,
I agree, Alicia. I agree because I just feel like, I mean, my mom makes comments about my ass being big, and it's just like my ass fat.
Thank you, mama.
Yeah, I mean, I grew up in a single parent household with my mama, so it was different for me because I'm a boy and y'all are women. So I feel like, you know, women can say certain things. My mama, she would say stuff to me like, when I was young and I started taking a shower and baths alone, she would just make sure that I was clean. So she would go down the checklist like, did you wash here? Did you wash this? Did you do this? Just to make sure I'm cleaning my body the right way when I first started. But it never was just like a situation where I don't know. But I don't think that he's being a pedophile. I think that because realistically, like, he got to change the baby diaper.
I mean, and yeah, he's going to have an opinion. It's his child. Like, if your child don't look like you, you're going to be like, that baby don't look like me. Now you cancel for that?
Yeah. I don't know. It was just
far, though.
The internet just takes stuff too far sometimes.
You know, but you have to realize people on Twitter, they take stuff to a level that it do not be needed to go to sometimes. And I just be like, really?
And they don't even really care about it, but they want a reaction as well. So they want to build that momentum. Because somebody literally tweeted yesterday, wow, y'all think Jasmine Sullivan can sing. Okay. All right.
They do. People do shit for reactions.
Literally, people bite the bait.
But I feel like in his point and the place he is and his status and his following, you don't say no shit like that online. Like that's something you and the mother of your child laugh about.
Exactly.
That's it.
But you know what? He come from a world where everything in their life is on the internet. I'm pretty sure that's how they even communicate with each other. You got to record it. I got to pee. Hold on. Get the camera.
Yeah.
Get the camera.
I don't understand
what Charmin.
They probably do shit like when they FaceTime, they get on IG Live and talk to each other. That's the shit they do.
I hate
They
people.
text each other and screenshot it back to each other. Like, look,
I've always just found like Queen Nija, Clarence, and her other baby daddy and all that shit. I just find it weird. I just find it weird. When it comes down to YouTube couples, the only ones I go for is Diara and Ken.
And Ken, yeah.
Everybody love Diara and
because they don't get me do too much vibes.
All they do is do them little floozy little pranks on each other and be with each other and mind their goddamn business.
And they've been together longer than all these people. Before YouTube couples was really taken out, to me they just don't do too much. It's just like regular. Like I actually like, and I think the YouTube couple thing is kind of corny too. But when I look at them, I'm like, okay, cool. They cute. Okay, I was happy they got engaged.
It's such a negative stigma on YouTube couples because they just be on there doing some weird ass shit like the colorism and my child got light blue eyes and light skin, dark skin, this, that, and the third, all that weird shit. So it's just like, it's refreshing to see this couple that's been there from the jump and they not on no weird shit. Like they don't be all on going viral because they done did some weird ass shit that they knew was gonna go viral just to get views and attention.
Exactly. Yeah. Oh no, baby fell off balcony. Let me see if she's alive.
So speaking of YouTube couples, right? I know y'all seen the YouTube couple that the girl turned her boyfriend into her with the purple wig.
What's her name?
Her name is something with a C. Let me look it up.
Because I remember people saying that the girl had like they was like, this girl had the biggest mental health glow up I seen. I'm like, I don't know who she.
I wanted to know what happened, but you know what though? I had checked her Instagram. She got 1 million followers. I'm like, whoa.
That's what I said. She got like 1 million Twitter. I feel like you got 1 million Twitter followers. You either had them back in the OG Twitter days, or you be actually doing stuff that you know what I'm saying. But
I remember her video. I remember her video went viral when she was eating a hot pickle in the car.
Yeah, that video was so annoying.
Oh,
it was so funny. But her name is Queen.
Oh, great.
How ironic. Quinn, I'm sorry.
Quinn, okay. But yeah, she had her boyfriend who was very feminine already. She put him in a blue wig, right? And yeah.
Is it that weird girl on Twitter and she be doing all that dancing and weird?
Yes, her. Okay. Yeah. So people were saying, oh, go ahead, Drake. I'm sorry, this your contribution.
No, so I just wanted to know, like, so I was reading the comments and I didn't watch the full video. I actually clicked the link because I think what happens sometimes too is that during some clips, like if you do a YouTube, what I noticed that people put like the important parts in a preview, and then sometimes when you put shit together, it kind of looks weird. So in my head, I'm like, so in my head, I'm like, maybe I should just click this because what if he was mimicking her or mimicking something and he was like doing some shit like that? So I'm like, I don't want to just jump to the conclusion. But from the video, I didn't watch the whole thing. I watched probably like the first 5 minutes, and it didn't really seem like he was gay. He definitely is a little feminine, which I don't think that'll make you gay, for real, because I see it all the time. But what y'all think? From a girl's point of view, because I know y'all's view is different from me because I am gay, so I see stuff, I know the difference. But from a woman's point of view, how do y'all feel about men that are straight, that are feminine? Do you think they're gay, or do you think
so I would assume they're gay, yes, but I don't really care because I'm not attracted to feminine men. So I think that's really what it boils down to. If I see her with him, I'm gonna be like, somebody gonna tell her man gay? But I know in Twitter world that's problematic. But that's how I truly feel.
Yeah, but realistically, I feel like people I just hate the fact that everybody's so sensitive because I think that it's okay for people to have preferences. Like if that's just not your style or that's not your type, that's fine. Like why do we have to make a big deal about it? But I do feel like they was just tearing her ass up and she probably just felt some type of way. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I don't think it should have went that far how they were taking it. But I definitely can see why people would think that he was gay.
I think from like my experience, because this dude I previously dated, he had very strong like feminine hints to him, and sometimes it threw me off because I was just like, I don't know, you might be, I don't know. It was one of those things like, if you were to ever come out gay,
You wouldn't be
I wouldn't
shocked.
be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised at all. But in his case, it was just like, it wasn't like no extreme things. Like he was going to dress up as a girl. He just cared about certain things like a little too much. And it was just like, most niggas don't give a fuck about
that.
Yeah. I think that's probably what we're used to too. Like we grew up in a fucking, I'm sure you grew up in like around black people. I don't want to assume, but I'm sure you grew up around a lot of black people. Yeah, so my thing about it, we grew up in those type of areas. It always, like, black men in the hood are just perceived as very masculine, into sports, into gang banging, into, you know, certain things. So when it's something that's out of that normal, like listen to pop music, color hair.
Yeah.
I mean, but now I feel like color hair is more accepted in the game.
I remember, you know, when they was doing that whole switch challenge thing.
Yeah.
A lot of men was putting on women clothes and dresses and wigs and all of that. And, you know, the amount of men that I saw on the TL, like, oh, I wouldn't do no shit like that and da-da-da-da and da-da. Like, this dude went to the extent, he was doing the challenge with his girl, and then when the switch came on, he was
read the Bible?
Nah, bro, I ain't doing no shit like that. You know?
I did see that.
And I was just like, why are you trying to go so hard to define your
it's like, okay, well, don't do it.
Don't do it at all. That's it.
My thing is, I feel like, number one, yes, that, and I think about like how people be getting mad about IG comedian men dressing like women wearing wigs. I'm like, that's not even new. Like,
it's nothing new.
In Living Color, Martin, I mean, just
career off of that shit.
Exactly. It's just that because on the internet it's so accessible, because there were probably people who were still doing that before IG that they just couldn't get popular off of because they didn't have, it wasn't as accessible. I just think people just be wanting to say stuff. Shut up, just shut up.
Okay, Whitney.
It's just so annoying because I just feel like if you don't want to do it, then don't do it. It don't matter, but you better hold that energy, keep that same energy, because in 5 years that tweet might not age well because you might have had a change of heart.
I just feel like I don't like dudes that just go so hard to make it clear that they are so manly and masculine that, you know, I just be like, dude, you just might. You just
exactly. They going hard because they probably got something to hide.
What does that mean? You just might be a look.
Yeah.
I mean, I definitely think that's one of the characteristics because, like I said, when we grew up in an all-black neighborhood or all-black community, people like chastise you for being feminine, being a certain way. So they have to overly compensate for that sometimes. And sometimes you might not be gay, but you just like certain things, but you're afraid to express it because the people around you is going to drag you about it. Mm-hmm. And it's like really weird, but I don't know.
It's something to black people.
I'm just glad that we live in a time where things are more accepted.
Mm-hmm.
And then I also live in Atlanta, which things are even more accepted.
Thank God. I'm so glad I'm from Atlanta. I thank God all the time. I'm glad I'm from the hood. I'm glad I'm from Atlanta. So a lot of stuff.
There's a lot of stuff you learn in the hood that you just like. You can't buy it. You can't read a book about it at all.
You can't.
It's like, baby,
you can't finesse me, baby.
What certain people? I be sitting there like, you fell for the okie doke.
I tell people that all the time. That's why I can't really date outside my race, because realistically, it's certain things that I do or that I will do that they will not understand. They'll look at me probably sideways like, what, you do stuff like that? But I need a black person because they know like, oh, okay, you doing this because you know what's up.
Yeah, I know what's up. You know what's up. Yeah, I feel the same way. Let me say, I can't be finessed. I'm not going. I assume everything is scam because it probably is. You know what I'm saying? But it's people who get scammed every day. And I'm like, why did you think that was okay? You thought they were gonna turn your $80 into $800. Okay, got it. Say less.
No, because it be them same people that be talking about they overanalyze and they overthink everything, but you got scammed though.
Exactly.
It's the $100 for me. Like, y'all really just gonna give $100 to a random person online and to play a bingo game?
Right, but you don't believe in the bank.
Let's not even talk about that much because they might think we scamming too.
It's a mess.
If you want to send me cash out me, and I'm just like.
Well,
all right. Do we have something else for Shop Talk? Let me try to see.
I had one more, but I ain't want to just take over the whole Shop Talk. If you have something,
I don't think I do.
You have one?
Yeah, actually, I wanted to talk about this. So y'all the perfect people.
Okay.
So you know, this whole thing has been going on about Kenya Barris and the Blackish and the Black as Fuck show. So I wanted to talk about how the difference between Black shows today and in the 90s and early 2000s. And I think the biggest thing for me that I'm noticing is a lot of these Black shows today explain Blackness, and I don't like that, because I'm just like, y'all spend the little 20-30 minutes y'all have explaining why you doing this and why you doing that. Just do it.
Yeah.
I know why you doing it.
I agree. When I think back, because I hate, this is what I don't like. I hate, because I think that obviously there are barriers that stop Black people from being their true Blackness in certain spaces, but people act as if we never had a platform. Like, there was an era where Black TV was thriving for a very long time, and I think it kind of simmered down because TV simmered down. You know what I'm saying? But when you think about shows like Martin and Family Matters, I mean, any Black sitcom that we grew up or our parents grew up on, like you said, they wasn't explaining their Blackness. They were just being who they were. But it's like something changed where people kind of feel like they got to make a disclaimer. Like, I'm doing this because I didn't have this. It's like, no, do it because you Black or you want to. Like, because it makes it seem like we've always been on the defense about how Black we are. I'm very Black, okay? And I'm not apologizing for it.
But that's just like, we had the Proud Family, and the episode when Penny was going to be on that little hip hop helicopter show. And they were dancing to the 112 song. They didn't have to explain that song.
Exactly. And this is Disney, a majority white platform.
Thank you.
Now they're gonna be like, Disney wouldn't let a Black show. Yes, they would actually. And stop. Don't look at it that way. Look at it as an idea and not an idea to like. I don't want this to be received the wrong way. Obviously, we want to raise awareness on Blackness and how we've been treated and disparities and things like that. But we are who we are, so we should be displayed that way as well. Because these white people are not. My dad is Irish. Let me show you how I go to pubs. And this is what we do at pubs. It's like, just be. I blame the internet because everybody's so sensitive. So now people, they almost forgot the progress that we did make. And now they're like asking for something we already had, if that makes sense.
I just want to know how we go from, we done had these shows like, Moesha and Sister and Living Single and Martin and all this, that, and the third to, and I love Blackish and I love Grownish. But sometimes I be sitting there like, is this really for me?
Yeah, I didn't like Black AF was very corny. I didn't like it. I was like, I don't think I'm the target audience. Huh? You liked it?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm not judging you. I just can't relate. I can't relate.
Yeah. So I don't watch. See, here's the thing. I've never watched Grownish, none of that.
Don't even watch Grownish. It's cringy.
I don't watch none of it. But I just watch Black as Fuck because first of all, I'm in the house, ain't nothing else to watch. So I'm like, why not? It ain't gonna hurt me to just watch it. So when I was looking at it. I was looking at it. I was just getting into it. I don't know. I think that it wasn't a bad show. I actually really enjoyed it. I think that what it is just what y'all said. It's too much explaining, of the Blackness. And then I think another thing that got people all thrown off, which I was kind of confused about, was everybody was saying that people that were casted weren't Black enough.
But that was a representation of his family. And what is Black enough?
I was saying, I didn't understand that. Because I was like, well, I'm looking at his family, his real family, and they kind of look like him.
He was damn near accurate to me.
Yes. But you like, oh, y'all always do this. Yeah, it just was a big topic on Twitter. Everybody talking about, like, I even saw it this morning. Somebody had posted about kind of like a chart. If they choose a Black person for a show, they always lighter than this. They have this type of hair. Blah, blah, blah.
So now light-skinned Black folks can't get casted no more.
No, and then
okay, I see both sides, because I will say about it. I think were they talking about the Netflix, how they be casting and they don't cast like enough dark-skinned characters.
And then they said the dark-skinned girls always be bald head.
Yep. But I do think they need to be versatile, because I feel like I am glad that more mixed people are being casted because they are very much a part of our community. But I'm just like, okay, I need y'all to get all the ranges here, because y'all got all the Black people in this show is mixed and damn near look mixed. And I'm like, that ain't it.
Yeah. I don't like that people get mad every time a light-skinned person is casted. I feel like, if I was light-skinned or mixed, I'm still Black. This is not to cape for anybody, but I do feel like people give light-skinned folks a really tough time because of the privilege that they get. But they are also Black.
Ain't got nothing to do with that.
Yeah.
But I also feel like there's plenty of shows where there are majority dark-skinned people casted. Take Insecure, for example.
And you're right, but girl, honestly, y'all, this will be a conversation that'll never get a resolution, because people gonna find another way to be mad. Why y'all only casting dark skinned people? You forgot about us brown skinned girls?
Think that we gonna Y'all think that only black women all the time just gotta wear a bang all the time? You don't think we got braids? What are girls with the braids and the kinky twists? The braids,
not them kind of braids.
But mind you, while I'm playing, I saw some tweets about that too. Everybody was dragging Condola's hair on the last episode.
Really?
They was like,
I don't even remember.
They was like, child, how y'all a black show and y'all don't know how to braid? This braid is so thin and it's so messed up. Da, da, da. It was going on the braid.
Go ahead.
I will say, okay, I did speak on the fact the braid wasn't the problem for me. It was the fact that the edges wasn't laid the way they were supposed to be for that damn braid. It took me back to that Niecy Nash clip, and it was like, you got Africa in the front, and I forgot what it was. And
the two don't mix.
The two don't mix.
I'm gonna have to go back and look because I do not remember what her hair looked like. I remember that outfit, that short outfit she had on.
It was like the first appearance of her in the series, and it was super goddamn kinky. The braid. I was like, no. Did you not leave that scarf on long enough? Was the edge control?
They were dragging her.
I wonder what happened on set for her hair to look like that.
I don't know, child. I don't know.
They probably, well, I firsthand, I was playing out, but so the thing about shows like that, that's definitely probably a show that is union based. So a lot of people in the union are older, strike one, and they are used to doing people that aren't black hair, aka white people, because they work on a lot of different upper movies with a lot of white people and stuff. So in the defense of that, even though that's not an excuse.
No, you were so right. You were so right. Go on.
Yeah, in the defense of it, they don't be knowing how to do black people hair for real. And that's why I be feeling bad because it's so many people that I see every day on Instagram that do amazing jobs at like lace fronts. Like look at Eric and Tay, look at Alonzo. But these aren't the people that's getting booked for black show, you know what I'm saying? They always go for people in the union, but I understand why though, because I look at some people's professionalism and they wouldn't last a day on them sets just because of ego and some other stuff. But realistically, that's why. But I think that somehow that the beauty community needs to merge, and that's kind of what I'm trying to do because I want to be able to do both. Like I want to do the everyday average girl, but I also want to do red carpet and some major stuff, but I still want to I want to make black people look like how black people look. Yeah. I don't want nobody to have no pasty ass, like boring ass, dry hair and makeup. Like that ain't.
And what it seems like is the people who hire those people, they don't do research. They don't even have time to, okay, cool, you can do braids. Perfect.
Yeah. And it's also, when you get those type of jobs as well, it's also about who you know. Because a lot of the times, the people on set that I work with, sometimes, and they don't be no shade to them, but they don't really know how to do certain things and certain looks, and they don't book you about talent. They book you about, oh, this is so-and-so. I work with this person on this show. They're cool. I've been hanging out with them, blah, blah, blah. Let's give her a job. And
then boom, now you're the executive director of the White House Correspondents' Dinner.
Listen.
Okay, y'all. This was a very long shop talk. But it was still a good conversation.
This was our regular time.
So, speaking of insecure, on the previous episode, it appeared that Issa was a little jealous of how nice and cool, like how Lawrence was with Condola. Like he seemed like the type of dude she would want, but he was not ready to be when they were together. Now, if you don't, if y'all never watched Insecure, I'm sorry about that rock that you've been up under. But Lawrence was somebody called him a sofa sexual or something like that, because he didn't have a job, he didn't have no money, he was sleeping on the sofa. He really was not making moves until him and Issa broke up, and then he just had this little glow up. So, my question to y'all is: have you been in that situation? Like, have you been in a situation where somebody was not good enough and you broke up with them because it just wasn't going anywhere, or have you kind of built somebody up, broke up, and they were like the ideal man for somebody else?
I'm gonna let y'all go first because I got some shit to say.
Honestly, truly, I feel like I have not dated enough men to fully experience what Issa experienced. Thank God, because I would have felt some type of way. Not even gonna lie, just being a show watcher and what she had to deal with versus what she's seeing now. Yeah, I would have felt some type of way. And like I told a friend, I was just like, that nigga couldn't even get haircuts while he was with Issa. Yeah. Like, that's a black man staple. If you want to go do nothing else, you're going to get a haircut.
Yeah, he was not even the same person. I feel like I have upgraded every dude I ever talked, not even been in a relationship with. I don't upgraded every dude I ever talked to. And that's not even to brag, but I think for me, and I'm sure Draco could tell you, I'd be so ready to help and put folks on. I'm like, oh, do this, do that. I mean, I don't help dudes credit. I don't help them with their savings. I'm not even trying to brag, but I'm saying like, look at you. I'm doing it because I'm thinking like, oh, I would want to, like if we friends or we, whatever we are, I want you to have this too. Like, hey, da-da-da-da. And, but you know, sometimes you get a little carried away. So for example, I was in a relationship with a guy when we first started dating. He had 2 cars, 2 jobs. He just was like, on paper, it was like, okay, cool. But after a while, it started to dwindle away. The cars went away. The job thing got a little iffy. His address got a little iffy. So as things happen, I'll be like, hey, don't worry about that. Let me do. Then it got to the point where he just was like, really, he was putting on when we first started dating. And the stuff that appeared to be so good was never there. And so it kind of got to the point where I was like his financial advisor, his teacher.
Hold on. Let me find out this nigga was out here renting cars and shit.
No, let me tell you. So basically, he had 2 cars, but one of them was like it was a lemon. But I didn't know that. I just saw it in the parking lot, like in the driveway. Like I didn't know it was. You know what I'm saying? But so yeah, it got to the point where he really was lazy. He was irresponsible. But we didn't learn this until later on because we would live far from each other. It just was a lot of things in between. So anyway,
I feel like me, and I don't even blame this. I feel like I blame some of this on my sign because I just always feel like as a Virgo, I gotta fix people. But majority of my exes, I didn't help them niggas out. There's like 2 dudes who I felt like I didn't have to help because they had their shit together. I didn't have to worry about them. But majority of them, look, I done help niggas fill out job applications.
Girl,
I done help niggas find cars. Yeah, everything. I done help niggas skincare. Niggas get haircuts that would better suit their face and make them look better. Upgraded niggas' wardrobes, like everything. And it's just like, when it was all said and done, it was like, nigga, I made you. Exactly. I did this. This is my work. Now, do I care about what they do after me? No, because really, honestly, once I'm over somebody,
that's it.
I don't give a fuck what they doing with anybody else. I don't be trying to do the whole, that's me, I did that.
Yeah, me either. But I do be like, I did all that work for nothing. Like, excuse me? Where my restitution?
For me.
Let it rip, Draco. Let the chopper rip.
I've been waiting. I feel like I talk about this all the time, but we're going to talk about it again. One of my first relationships I got into when I was about 21, 22. Mm-hmm. And we were together for 5 years, okay? So imagine how triggering this is for me to watch Insecure because Issa was with him for 5 years, okay? So
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, it was 5 years. So I'd be like, when she say stuff like when she was talking about it, I literally was punching the air because I'm like, what? Like, I'm like, I've never related to somebody so much, like, whatever. But anywho, we were together for 5 years, right? So while we were together, he was back and forth between here and Chicago because that's where he was from. So he ended up moving to Atlanta, and I said, I'm moving out my aunt's house and getting an apartment. If you're moving to Atlanta, maybe we can just move together. We've been together 5 years. Why not?
Yeah, it only made sense.
So we did, and yeah. So remember how you said everything was just a flex before y'all was dating? That's exactly what happened. So before he moved, he was telling me how he had about 7 months of rent saved so he could find a job. You know, that's his money so he could find a job. So I'm like, okay, cool. Because mind you, I had money saved up too. So I'm like, okay, whatever. Week before we moved in, okay, I signed the lease to the apartment because I did it before he got to Atlanta. So when he got there, he was staying with his friend for like 2 days. So anywho, this man ain't had no rent money, y'all. Rent came up, I had to pay the rent. So I was like, so what happened to the money? And he was just like, he didn't have the rent. I don't know what happened to the rent. It evaporated. So within like a month afterwards, like after we had to pay the rent, it was his birthday. So right before his birthday, his phone had got disconnected. So me being me, because he was like, yeah, I'm on my grandma's line. And so I was like, okay. And he was like, yeah, she not paying the bill. So I was like, whatever. So I put him on my plan, dummy. drunk the dumb bitch juice. So
but in that moment, it didn't seem stupid. It's like
no, because I'm like, you need a phone because you're looking for a job and you need to make sure they have a way to contact you.
Oh, child, I feel this. I'm feeling.
So dumb bitch juice, me. I'm busting my ass. This is when I first started working at a salon for real, like for real. Didn't have a car, I didn't have a car, so I would be getting on the bus and the train and taxis to get the photo shoots and get to work and get to gigs with big ass suitcases of makeup and everything, coming home to a nigga playing video games, music, and smoking weed.
Woo, listen, that we might have been in a relationship with the same person, because baby,
I'm just like, what's up? Like, what's going on? You know? And so, of course, just like any other person or dude, I feel like that just really got some shit going on like that. Of course, he wants to be a rapper. So he has about 3 mixtapes already at that point, right? So this is when Frank Ocean first came out of the closet. Mm-hmm. So I had a client that was a producer, and she was just like, I'm looking for a gay artist because I feel like this market is about to take off, and Frank Ocean decisions I said, I got somebody for you.
Dang.
So I ended up telling her about him, right? And I was just like, yeah, and I showed her his pictures, and she was in love. So went home, told him about it. This nigga talking about, I don't even know how to get my mixtapes. Like, I don't know where to get them from. And I said, you lost your own music? And he was like, I uploaded it online, but I don't really know how to get it. After that point, I said, I see how this is going.
You literally had to plug.
Yes, literally. Like, I literally was helping him, and it was just too much. So after a while, it got to a point where it was month 6 of us being in the house. I was still paying all the bills, still making sure the food was in the refrigerator. So I'm making sure he got clothes, he got shoes, phone bill paid, haircut, everything. When I get my haircut, he gets his haircut.
Whew.
So
love it how you blind, man, because you like thinking back, that's kind of crazy, but in the moment you just thinking like, you know what, we're gonna get past this, because while this is happening, he probably like, look, this happened today, I might, you know, it sounded like they got leads here and stuff is working out, and he's just buying time. And even though you want to break up, sometimes in that moment that's not big enough to break up just yet, so the stuff just start piling up.
You really convince yourself, okay, let me hold out a little longer, you know, it's
stay down.
The light gonna shine through the darkness and all that. It don't never happen.
Yeah.
But realistically, that made it worse. In my case, it made it worse because over time, I kind of grew resentment for him, because I'm just like, I feel like I'm dating a bum. Like, if this is what I'm gonna be dealing with, I might as well just live by myself. So that's what ended up happening. I ended up just telling him, I'm like, I don't want to do this no more. So he ended up moving out. But I feel Issa though, just to see, because after that, he moved back home, and he didn't really get it together then, but now he's in LA working with some producers. He lives there. He's doing his thing. So in my head,
why I had to get drugged through this for you to get to this point?
Like I feel.
I take from like the Issa and Lawrence thing. I just take from it because I say this about a lot of dudes. I feel like me leaving them was. It was just that juice that got them flowing. Like they needed,
it's a reality check.
Yeah, like they needed that little heartbreak just to motivate them to do better and this, that, and the third. Because I've had dudes like they wasn't doing a goddamn thing, and now my ex, he still ain't doing shit. But anyway, it's some that I just dated or whatever, like long term dated, and they in a way better place. And I'm just like, where the fuck was this shit when I was with you? Like,
listen, and I think you're right. And to think about it, honestly, like they were probably in an even worse position before they dated us. And so the person who was with them then was probably like, oh, so now you wear white tees when you with Daisha. When you was with me, you wore white beaters.
Yeah, I mean, I think for me, just seeing like the progress, I think that over time, for me, I don't mind him glowing up, and of course, I want him to do better because I don't hate him. It was just the simple fact that our relationship wasn't bad. It was just a simple fact that he just wasn't productive. He didn't have no drive, no nothing. So me seeing him doing this now, it's opened up a door for me to even have communication with him. So we still do communicate on Instagram though, and I won't have each other number or nothing, but we definitely communicate with each other on Instagram. But I will say, for me, I think that ruined me as far as dating, because now when I'm dating, like now that I try to date after him, I just look for a lot of different stuff. Like I have to make sure like they got a job.
That's a good thing though, right?
I mean, it's a good thing, but
I don't think that ruined you. I don't think that ruined you because I tell my friends now when they dating dudes like at this age, he needs to be taking you on dates. He needs to have a job.
Please, the thing that you would think should be by default, some people ain't got it. You might go for a little bit because things working out in other ways. I agree. When in that situation I was in, like you, Draco, when I was like fronting the rent, getting behind credit cards, getting ran up, I was like, it just kind of got to a point where when we broke up, I was like, all right, like you said, gotta have a car. Duh, that should have been a no-brainer. But when I met him, I was still in college. I didn't really have a lot of money like that. I had barely had a car because you know what I'm saying. So to me, I'm like, well, how can I demand this much from a man if I ain't got this? But in reality, I should have been looking for somebody who could get me to where I'm trying to be at. But I didn't think about that before. So I was just like, he got to have a car. He got to have a job. It need to be full time. They need to have benefits, like stuff that you shouldn't even be thinking about. But you got to make sure they got it so you don't got to go through that drama no more.
Yeah. I mean, at this point, I'm almost 31. I'll be 31 in 2 weeks. At this point, you gotta have something. Like, I'm not even expecting you to just have like the biggest house or
but you need to be stable.
You need to be stable and you need to be able to maintain your end of the bargain. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. But it's really crazy that people, and I don't want to make people feel bad because I'm like, you know, everybody ain't gonna have it together all the time. But in my head, I'm like,
what do you have together?
What's it?
People have behaviors though.
I am the queen of making people feel bad. I don't even care no more. Like I just so 2017, like end of 2016, 2017, I moved back to Atlanta. At that time, I didn't have my license and I didn't have a car. Do you think I was dating niggas that didn't have a car? No, because what are we gonna do?
Right.
What are we gonna do?
And Uber wasn't a thing when I was back in them struggling days. It wasn't really popping. It had just took off, I think.
Exactly. So
when I said I was on
that was my only thing though. Like just have a car because I had already been dating dudes who had cars, so I wasn't about to go.
Yeah, exactly. See, I wasn't finding them because they was on the bus with me. So.
Period.
And at the school I went to, it wasn't a university, so it was like the pool ain't too big.
Yeah, it's just, I don't know. I definitely look at a lot of stuff. I take it into account. And even if you don't have it all together, at the least you have a job, you taking care of yourself, you on the right track. You know what I'm saying? You got some goals in mind and
you pursuing them actively.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think that's just my thing. But as far to speak on Issa's situation specifically, I do think that I think I do want them to get back together only because I feel like they spent all that time together. You know what I'm saying? They know each other. And if they broke up over something else, now I understand that she cheated on him, like that's fucked up. But I think it was just because she was in a lost space, like she was dealing with somebody that just really wasn't doing for themselves. Like she felt like she was just a breadwinner, and you know, it's kind of hard dealing with somebody when they ain't got shit going on. You know what I'm saying? It's like a wrong person to just continue to deal with somebody like that. So I get it, and I think that he understands that. But I think that since he's in a better space now, that they should probably revisit it because they didn't have a bad relationship, to be honest.
You know, well, I feel it's like I know they're gonna try to spin it as they get back together, but I just feel like it's either gonna go one or two ways. It's either gonna go down the path of they're gonna be good for each other, or it's gonna go down the path of it's still we just not meant to be.
Just let it go, because now years don't lapse between our breakup. I agree. For me, I feel like how do I look at this? Because even in my relationship with my ex-boyfriend was a bum. I never thought he was a bad person. He just needed to get his life together. But I feel like seeing him perform that way made me unattracted to him. So I don't know if I could ever be like re-attracted ever in life. You know what I'm saying? And it got to the point where he was doing so little that I would meet other men and they'd be like, "Oh, I skateboard." I'm like, "Oh, you got a hobby? Wow, that's cool." So I'm like, okay, you know what I'm saying?
That's really how it be.
What?
I used to be like, wow, you do that? Because I be so forever, not to be a pick me, but I be so all in about my man that I never think twice about nobody. And I was never attracted to the dudes I met, but when I would make male friends, I'm like, wow, you do this. That's cool. Wow, dang, I need to break up with him. But no, so I just feel like for me,
that's real as fuck. That's real as fuck. That's really real.
Wow, you brush twice a day? But no, I just feel like
you lost me.
I think that they were always still kind of attracted though, because remember they smashed a couple times. They, he got cheated on. I get it, and I don't justify cheating no kind of way, but he needs to realize why she cheated on him. Like,
so I don't think her cheating was right in no way, shape, or form. Right. Because first of all, both of them, they are shitty at communicating with each other. That's why I don't feel like it's gonna work out down the line, because that communication's still shitty. But I feel like Issa really lit the fire under that man's ass for him to get on his shit. Yeah, because it was just like, look how easy you got that damn job. Look how easy you got that damn job. You was satisfied with being at Best Buy when you was with Issa. But the moment y'all broke up, you get this damn job.
But he about to have no job, because you see what was going on in the last episode. So Issa better tread like they gonna get back together, because her and Molly ain't friends. She gonna need somebody to talk to.
I can't wait till they talk so they can get it together. But even in that situation, I see myself a lot, because I'm like, I'm definitely that friend that just kind of brush stuff off, and I shouldn't. I don't know.
What you saying?
Issa or Molly?
Issa.
Right.
Oh, I was about to say, we can't have no Mollies around these parts.
Yeah, we won't.
Oh no. I got some Mollies over here, baby. But,
point them out.
Well, look, I just got rid of mine, so.
Listen, me too. Well, it's been a couple years now, but on to the next. Sorry, pity party Patty.
Yeah, I don't know. I ain't. New subject for a different day.
I think that.
But no, back to the whole Issa and Lawrence thing. I feel like from the Twitter reaction to Issa feeling away, a lot of people was they was upset about the whole idea of you build a person up and then for someone else, and I was just like,
what's the issue? That's because they ain't never experienced it.
But I just feel like it's nothing to be mad about. That is what dating is. That is what happens.
That is even with friends and family. You know what I'm saying?
But I even feel like when you go, even if you build a person up to be good, even if you go through bad things with a person, you still come out different and a better person. Like you come out, no, I'm not dealing with that shit no more. Exactly. So technically, they build you up to be better and more mindful about what you're going to look for in the next person. So I'm just like, how are y'all mad about this? And it was just like, well, I can't do this, that, and the third for a nigga, and then he go do this for another bitch. And I'm just like,
well,
he's going to do it. First of all, with men, they're going to do it anyway. So, they're going to do it anyway.
Yeah, even if he don't get it together, the next girl going to think he got it together, because now he know how to play his cards a little bit different. People so annoying. It's like, it's going to happen. Think about, this is what I try to tell you. This is how I look at marriage. That's why I'm not in a rush to get married. What if we live to be 99? Okay? Do you you think you know how long life is? Are you mad that he broke up with you to be with somebody else and be better? He still got 80 more years of growing to do. Just chill out. All right.
Child.
Okay.
Now, child. I really do try, but I think that with me and just my mindset and then what I got going on and how I do have my days where I just want to be lazy as fuck. But for the most part, I feel like I'm a hard ass worker, especially for me doing this by myself. But just trying to find somebody that match up with that type of energy. You don't even have to do this at the same pace, of course, but just that drive. It's so hard to find people like that.
Yeah. No, I agree. I feel the same. I feel like every dude I've been with, I had some kind of dramatic elevation happen in my life, and they ain't had none. Not in my current relationship, thank God. But before him, it was, Jesus.
I'm waiting on my day.
I feel like
y'all ain't getting nothing about it.
Relationship has been, like, I just talked about this on Twitter not too long ago, and it was just like, I was watching this little clip, and the dude, he had basically said to the girl, you know how I feel about you. And I just got so mad. Like, it just unlocked something in me. And I was just like, they should calm down, because you don't have to deal with that shit in the relationship you in right now. Like, we ain't got to go back to that place. And I was just like, and I try to tell my boyfriend stuff, because he feels like sometimes that he doesn't get the same treatment that I gave dudes before him. And I'm just like, you don't want that treatment.
You know what? I felt that way before, but honestly, sometimes people get the treatment because of something else. Like, it's stuff that my boyfriend has told me he did for his ex-girlfriend, and based off how trash he told me she was, I'm like, you did what? But I think it was a reaction of her being so trash that he's like, what is it gonna take to get this girl attention? Like, okay, maybe I should do this.
Exactly. And that's exactly what it was for me in the past with past dudes. And I'm just like, I don't have to like, you know, pry something out of you. I don't have to assume how you feel about me, or, you know, you always vocalize your feelings. You let me know how you feel.
It's organic.
You know, it's organic. And I'm just like, well, other dudes, I was just lost. Like, I'd be sitting up in my bed at night like, damn, does this nigga really like me? Like, is he ever gonna call me again? Like, shit, I don't want to do that shit.
Yeah, nobody. And so now you're doing extra stuff that's really not you, and it's a nice gesture, but you kind of like forcing it. Like, okay, let me show you. Look, I'm a good girlfriend. Look at me, treat me
auditioning.
Good.
I was auditioning.
Yeah.
I was auditioning, and I don't feel like I have to audition no more. So that's big for me. Yeah. So I'm just like, I told him, I'm like, this is the chill me. I don't feel like I have to do too much. I don't feel like I have to force anything. So you should really appreciate that. Like, I try to go out of my way sometimes just to make them feel like, you know, a little more special and everything. But I'm just like, I don't want to do the absolute most like I was doing for them niggas, because I should have never been doing that shit in the first place.
Wow.
I waste a lot of good ideas on some ex-boyfriends. I'm like, why ain't wait 5 more years? I could have did this. Could have been a nice little anniversary gift.
Redoing. I always have exes be like, so have you took some dudes to this place? I'm like, yeah, I did.
We done been all over the place.
I did. You think I'm not finna just? You think I'm just gonna not go there no more on a date or something? Just
I feel. Yeah, well, if it come to food or like a date location, yeah, but it just depends. Like, I don't really know, because I feel like
I'm doing it. Listen, you missed your mark, and I'm redoing it.
I've been to Savage Pizza and Little 5 Points with like 3 different niggas by now, so
that's what I'm saying.
I don't even care. Oh, and what's that place? The Painted Pen. That's the same spot.
Still haven't been there.
Me and my last boyfriend, my current boyfriend, are nothing alike, and I don't think we went to the same places at all. I couldn't even get an ex to travel, so never mind. Girl, you didn't want
that was short-lived, I hope.
It was almost 3 years, girl. But that's when I was in college. Ain't no excuse now.
Oh, okay, all right, that's understandable.
Yeah, it was. He had a lot of lineage because I upgraded for sure. That's on God.
Everybody ain't able. I'm still trying to find my black king. Okay.
Listen, my boyfriend now, he's never been on a plane before, and I'm just like, no, we need to get you on a plane soon.
ASAP. So I guess that's it. I had a few questions, but it was really, I just wanted to know, like, how has podcasting changed for you and Tori? Like, has it been like difficult for y'all to keep content going because we're in quarantine, or has it just been the same?
Actually, okay, so every year in January, actually me and Tori, we take a hiatus from the podcast. Like, we just take a break that month. Mm-hmm. And actually that taking a break this time around, this year, it actually hurt us more than anything. And I was just like, shit, now we got to really be on our back. So originally, Tori was handling our IG and I was handling our Twitter, but we recently switched places. So I do like all our IG content. So I've been trying to, you know, post every other day, because posting every day, I can't do that shit. I'm sorry. Like, girl, that's a lot of content.
You see our page.
So this quarantine, it's really been the same. Like, we just did a whole Zoom recording, thanks to you, thank God. And that was so much better as far as sound quality and everything. And really, we just been trying to roll these episodes out, and I hope these people been listening. Well, they have been listening. Yeah. But as far as like our listens and getting people to engage, it's been so hard. Like, oh yeah,
our listens are down for sure during this quarantine. Yeah. But I think because a lot of my close friends listen, and they would tell me that they hadn't listened because they listen to podcasts when they driving, and so when they're at home, they now are doing other stuff. So I get it, but it is kind of like, come on, y'all at home, just press.
I got shit else to do. I got shit else to do.
I listen to podcasts as soon as an episode dropped from a show I listen to, I press play. I'm a little behind this week, but I listen. Yeah, me too.
But I feel like more so this quarantine, it has upped our numbers just a little bit. I mean, it's not that much of a difference, but I have been finding that we've had to promote like harder than we were before, just so people know, like, yeah, new episodes is out. And then like now we have a link tree, so I put all of our links in there. So like now it ain't no excuse for people. Like I done got to the point, like I hate when I talk about the podcast on my main account, my personal Instagram, and people be like asking me questions and stuff, and I just be like, listen to the fucking episode. Like,
people be like, where can I listen? And mind you, we post every time we got a new episode, and I get it, people don't know, but I'm like, are you trolling me right now? How long we been doing this for, like 2 years? But you know, that's how people are. That's one thing we realize too, because sometimes, you know, obviously people now expect us to promote the podcast, so they're not engaging with it as much. But when you post something, like he posted some food the other day and got crazy likes, and it's like, well, where y'all be at when I post all my other stuff?
No, because when I post food on my damn Instagram, like when I'm cooking and shit, every time I do little food tutorials and shit, everybody be asking me 50 million questions. But when I start posting about the podcast,
crickets,
it's mute. And I'd be like, you know what?
Yeah, it always happens to me like that. Like I posted some damn food on my page the other day. It's almost 2,000 likes, and post a podcast promo and it's 30.
And it's funny because some people who I know don't listen. They're like, oh, you got your podcast right. I'm like, don't try to play. And I don't expect people. I always expect people who I don't know to support more. And so, and I don't ever want to take it personal from people like friends and family not listening. I can't make you. It's not that deep. But don't try to play. Like, don't even mention it, because I'm not finna scold you for not listening. It's not that, because I'm doing it because I love doing this. I'm not doing it so you can listen.
Say that. Please say that, because I feel like I get the most love from people I don't even know, and they have a special place in my heart, because they be like, oh, I listened to this last episode, I just want to let you know that the podcast helps me. And I'm just like, where the fuck is this from my people? But I'm just like, you know what, I always read that people that you know don't support you the way strangers do, and I'm all right with that
until you get invited to the Grammys, and now they're like, I knew you could do it. Oh my God.
Oh, I know so from blah blah blah. Listen,
me and Draco, whenever we reach out to somebody to record and they be like, nah, we be like, okay, now when we get our invitation to be on HBO, don't be trying to holler at us.
No, listen, because when ODP and WDP get up there,
it's up and it's stuck.
Nah.
And we ain't taking no new guests, sorry.
Exactly.
I'm sifting through the messages of, oh, we want to be on a no. No.
Child, we be doing that now. That's okay.
No, sometimes I be forgetting, because
we are really strict about guests. Like,
yeah, I am. So people be asking me, I'll be like,
because people think we like the Breakfast Club. We don't promote music. That's the biggest thing we be getting. I'm like, who are you? Like, what? Huh? I get it, but y'all doing a great job. I actually really love how y'all, especially y'all's Twitter, y'all do a really good job with engagement. I'm not gonna say I'm not really good, but it's just a lot of work. I just be like,
honestly, girl, if it wasn't for me doing the whole wine and discussions Wednesday, that Twitter page would be dead.
Well, I love that. I think that's really dope. Like,
honestly, it is. Thank you so much, first of all, because girl, I'd be like, let me not wild out on here, because if we do make it, I don't want to have to go back and delete a lot of Twitter.
Girl, I deleted my whole last Twitter.
At this point, keep it. I said what I said. I've always said, like, I was going to delete my account, but realistically, like, they're just going to hate me for like a week.
But I tell Draco all the time, we need to get counsel so the listeners can go up, and then whoever like us going to stay, and whoever don't, they can
go. Just like, I'm so over having a sense of my childhood or some stuff that I said when I was young or before I got educated. Like, you could learn shit overnight, no shade. Like, I could have been homophobic last week for real, and then somebody came and just explained something to me that I really fully didn't understand, and now I'm like,
I don't be holding old tweets against people, because I'm like, we was all wilding out during this time period.
Yeah. Literally, everybody just got sensitive like 3 years ago, so y'all need to chill out.
I'm like, all y'all came from Tumblr and got an attitude. I don't like it.
Yeah, you know what? Oh my God, you're so right. Because people, let me tell you something. Them Tumblr think pieces used to hit different. I used to be on
Tumblr.
Huh?
I wasn't on Tumblr. I used to go on Tumblr for the news.
It was Think Piece Central on there.
Think Piece Central and News Central, and now everybody don't migrate to Twitter because they don't let you do it no more.
I can't.
Ain't that a man?
That's why I be disabling my account all the time. I get sick of it.
It's the Think Piece girls. The Think Piece girls be battling with the Rock Nation brunch girls.
Tell the people where they can find your podcast, where they can find you, and where they can find Tori. Hopefully Tori can join us next time. We can do a
she should. Hopefully she got her life together the next time, child. But you can follow us on Instagram at The Wind Down Pod, and you can follow us on Twitter at The Wind Down Pod. And we also have a Dear Daisha column, which people, they be iffy about writing into. But, you know, if you got something you want to rant about, or you got some nigga problems, Dear Daisha is here. We're going to talk our shit together. So you can send emails at itsthewinddownpod@gmail.com. Yes.
Periana.
You can follow me individually at London Affair on Twitter and London Affair _ on Instagram.
Oh yes, I genuinely really do like y'all show. Obviously, you know, y'all been holding.
Thank you. We gotta have you back soon, both of you guys, because you'll love it. When everything is all said and done, we really gotta get together and sip wine. And
yes, well, I'm gonna sip some water, but yes.
Girl, you can drink you some damn wine.
I be trying. I just
no, but Alicia, you know they make wine now without the alcohol in it. It's like free
grape juice. But thank you so much, Daisha, for joining us. And
thank you for having me. I had so much fun.
Likewise. You froze, Draco? Wait.
Did you? Wait, you froze.
Did y'all lose me?
Yes, you froze. What? I thought he was just looking at us. All right, girl, we're gonna close it out. Talk to you later. Oh wait, he come back. He went back.
Oh, he back.
Look, you was froze and you was looking at us like this. So I thought you was just looking like that.
No, I told y'all my Wi-Fi is very bootleg.
I held up through damn near the whole episode, so
I don't know where you fell off. But we was
again. Oh.
Yes, I really enjoyed it.
All right, y'all. It's been another episode of OD Podcast with the Wind Down Podcast. Thank you so much.
Thank y'all. Bye.
Bye.
Don't hang up.
Okay, what should I do?
Just stop recording.
Oh, okay.